Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's kind of a short little video. I've had some questions about this the last couple of days from mostly from expats and foreigners who've just arrived here in the Philippines. And the question is, why is it that most Filipinas and most Filipinos believe that all foreigners are rich? They just assume when they see you that you're rich. And you kind of have to put things in perspective. The average Filipino that has a job, and most of them have jobs. You don't see a lot of unemployed here. Most people have jobs. And say they're a day laborer, they work construction, they work at the mall, cashiers. And for example, if you go to Hypermart here, which is like our version of Walmart, nothing like Walmart, but that's the closest thing we've got to it. The cashiers there, most of them have college degrees. They're working 6 days a week, 8 to 10 hours a day. They even have to come in on their day off for meetings at like 7 o'clock in the morning. And they're paying them anywhere from $250 to $500 per month for an average worker that's working a job like that. So, and that's true if you go to the malls here. They're making $250 to $500 a month. Some of the people that have jobs, like say construction, which is a very difficult job, they're working out in the hot sun, and they're making $250 a month, as a construction worker, which is a skilled profession. The same thing with electricians and plumbers. They're making $250 to $300 a month. So when you first get here, it's kind of shocking when you find out what people are actually making. And even the middle class, it's just unbelievable what people who have got, advanced degrees are making. Like a nurse, for example. You think how difficult it is to be a nurse. To become a nurse. There's a lot of nursing schools here, as a matter of fact. And a nurse is making around $500 to $600 a month, making $100 a week, or right around there, as a nurse. It's just shocking. And so when they see you as a foreigner come in here and you've got your pension of, $1,500 to $3,000 a month, your Social Security, you've got money in the bank. When they look at you, they see you as rich, even though in your country, you were scraping to get by. You maybe couldn't even afford to have a decent place to live. You're always worrying about your bills. And, but you come here to the Philippines and, look at rent in like California, New York, Chicago, Florida. You're paying, thousands of dollars a month for a crappy little apartment. And you come here to the Philippines, you can rent a whole house for $250 a month, a nice house, or you can rent a nice apartment, with a pool and everything for $250 to $500 a month. And so you have a much better lifestyle. And so they see the foreigners coming here and they're living in the nicer places. They're buying a car, they're buying, a new motorbike and riding around. You see them they see us at the restaurants and, out and about at the malls, the grocery store with shopping cart full of stuff. Obviously that we've got money. Even someone like a dentist is making, say, $2,300 to $2,500 a month. A surgeon is only making like $4,000 a month. Can you imagine that? A heart surgeon making $4,000 a month. It's just, I don't know why it is that way in the Philippines. I think they need to do something about it. I'd gladly pay more for things if it would mean raising people up. But the wages that people are getting here is, the wages that were being paid back in America, say in the 1950s. And so it's just the way it is here. There's no benefits either. Most people work 6 days a week too. Like most of the people I know that have jobs that work at the mall or work at the Hypermart or someplace at a restaurant, they're working 6 days a week, 8 to 10 hours a day, with very little time off too. They don't even get time off usually for holidays and things. And so when they look at us, they see that we're rich. And so, maybe when you come here and when you were struggling back in your country and you finally set foot in the Philippines, maybe you should change your mindset and say, I'm not poor, I'm not, struggling, I'm financially secure now and I can afford a much better life, and to change your whole attitude, how you look at the world and how you live and how you treat other people, because you're no longer in that lower middle class bracket that you were in before. You instantly got promoted to upper middle class. And that's a good thing. But, my advice to the guys, especially the ones, I met one the other day who's an attorney, successful man, he doesn't have to work, he's got more money than he would ever need. And, it's just like you don't want to be flaunting your wealth. You don't want to be talking about how much money you've got, investments you've got, and, it's nobody's business to begin with, but I always tell people, kind of keep a low profile. Don't go out there and flaunt how much money you've got. It makes other people, especially the locals, feel inferior that you've got so much and they've got so little. And also, if you're going to be doing it to other foreigners, telling them how rich you are, they feel inferior. They don't even want to be around you because you're bragging about how much money you've got or how successful you are or how successful you were. So it's best to just keep it to yourself. One of the things I like about being here is people pretty much keep their political views to themselves and religious views to themselves. And you don't have that animosity that you have back in America where, Republicans and Democrats hate each other, and the pro-vaccine, anti-vaccine group, and all the other things of people that are pro-immigration, people that are anti-immigration. It's a united country here. We had a presidential election just recently, and everybody got along fine. There were no riots about anything. Got a new president, everybody's cool with it, and things just keep going on. But here, people are more focused on their family and their friends than they are on money. Money is, it's important to survive, but it doesn't have the same impact on the society as you see in America, where everybody's always trying to get more. And nowadays, everybody's struggling just to survive. Here, people are used to hard times. They're used to struggling. So when inflation hit, and inflation hits here just like any place else, food's gone up, gas has gone up. Rent hasn't, though. The people just, they just roll with it. They're used to hard times. They just, work a little harder and, eat a little bit less. But anyway, that's why, when you first come here, you can expect that they, when they look at you, they assume that you're wealthy, even though you're probably not. Like me, I'm nowhere near wealthy. But when people think that you are wealthy, I think that gives a certain responsibility to you to act, in a responsible manner where you're not, bragging about it. You keep a low profile. You show some kindness to other people, and just, don't be arrogant. That's all I can say. Don't be arrogant, and just realize that most of the people that see you walking around, realize that you've got way more than they could ever dream of having. Even if in your eyes, you're just a normal guy that had a normal job. Maybe you were a truck driver for 30 years. You worked really hard, and you got a little retirement, and you got $2,000 a month coming in Social Security, and you got $50,000 in the bank. And to you, you're just an average, retired truck driver, but to a Filipino, you're a very wealthy man. You're a very successful person. And so maybe see yourself in those eyes too, that you are more successful than you thought you were. It's just a matter of geography, how it can change your life. But anyway, that's it. It's just a short little video. I can just tell you that those of you that keep messaging me and saying you're thinking about coming here, you're not sure, come here, give it a shot. It's not America, it's a developing country, but the Philippines is growing quickly, and it's, I think it could be the next big powerhouse in Asia because they've got a young population. They're good people here. It's a safe place to live. It's friendly. They speak English, which is a huge, huge plus. And they welcome foreigners. They generally welcome you here. They're glad to see you here. And you don't find that a lot of these other countries you go to. Yeah, you can get into Thailand, but they don't necessarily look at you, as like, they're glad that you're there. They want your money, but they're not really glad you're there. Here, they want to be your friend. They want to know about you. And, you'll find that, they really care. They care about you. So anyway, that's it. I've got some interviews coming up. If you want to be on the show and you live here in Negros, you're visiting Negros, look me up. Always looking for guys to interview. Lately, I've had kind of a dry spell. Everybody wants to have coffee, but nobody wants to be interviewed. They say they're all too shy. So if you're not shy and you got a story to tell, it doesn't have to be, about your life, coming to the Philippines. It could be about, your career back where you came from, something that happened 30 years ago, as long as it's an interesting story. So contact me if you'd like to be on the show. My email's in all of my videos. It's down there in the description. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Bye.